One of my most favorite people on Instagram is Dr. Bertice Berry. She does these little reels that very often she starts with, I want to tell you a story. And then she leans in really close. And part of what I love about her is her glasses. She's got the coolest, funkiest glasses. But she leans in and she says, I want to tell you a story. And then she proceeds to tell you a story. So I thought, well, I think that's what I want to do. I want to tell you a story. Years ago, I was leading a deeply contemplative meditation in church. It was, sometimes meditation in church is some are shorter or longer or quieter, but this was happened to be one that was um, just a little bit longer, a little more contemplative. You know, the kind that there's this soft music that's playing and people have really settled into their chairs and it's just gets quieter and quieter and eyes are closed and shoulders are dropping and everyone is trying to become one with you know the allness of the suchness of the beingness. But it's that, I think we've mostly experienced that, where you just have this, it's just so quiet and it's wonderful. And right in the middle of the holiest silence imaginable, somebody farted. Yep, somebody farted. And it wasn't like a little one, right? A little squeaked out. And it wasn't one of those, oh, did somebody move their chair? It wasn't that at all. It was a full body declaration of the person's humanity. And y'all, the tension in that room, I happen to open my eyes a little bit. I don't always have my eyes closed when I'm, leading a meditation, but I couldn't help myself. I had to see, and I watched people fighting, not to laugh, because that wouldn't be very spiritual in the middle of this wonderful meditation. Some people kind of wiggled in their seats, to make the chair make noise on the floor to try to blend it in. Somebody started coughing. Excuse me. A couple people actually started coughing. Um, and just, and so a few people really just, you could tell they got very interested in their prayer, like really let me focus, and you could just feel the energy of it. And at the time, I remember thinking, this may be the most honest moment that we've had all morning. Because I don't know about you, but sometimes spirituality can become just a little too serious, little too polished, little too performative. Like we're trying to ascend beyond being human, which is the last thing in the world I want you to do. Meanwhile, the body is saying, yeah, no, not so much. Absolutely not. No transcending humanity today. And honestly, I think we need fewer of those transcendent experiences. And I think we need more moments when we remember that we belong to Earth too, where we can hear our body say, yeah, no, not so much. Not today. Absolutely not. Anyway, if you ever think, or have this feeling like you're failing, spiritually, remember that somebody once farted during sacred silence in a church and the universe did not collapse.